All right, what up YouTube? Welcome back to my Bybit digital course, video number 9, trend lines and support. Let's talk about what trend lines are, what support levels are, and how you can actually analyze those and see those on a chart. Let's dive in, let's get it. Guess what? I'm not a financial advisor. I may have a plethora of crypto knowledge, but this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. You always need to do your own research. I do not advise that you buy, sell, hodl, trade, or invest in any cryptocurrency. And if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, turn on those post notifications, and smash that subscribe button, I would be greatly appreciative. And down in the description, you can always find chapter timelines in case you want to skip ahead, affiliate links, and links to my digital course. Now that we got the YouTube police off our back, let's dive in, let's get it. All right guys, so when we talk about market structure and using charts and everything, I've showed you guys in my previous videos how you can easily click the button over here on Bybit and get transferred right over to TradingView. But before we dive into market structure and understanding key support levels, and I want to make sure that if you guys have used my affiliate link, that you guys are over here on Bybit and you're making sure that you're claiming all of your free rewards. So after you sign up, make sure you go over to the rewards tab and you claim your first time deposit bonus. This is super important. If you deposit money within the first 48 hours, they're going to give you up to $50 first time deposit bonus. If you deposit 1 Bitcoin, they're going to give you 20. If you use a take profit stop loss, make sure you guys are always checking over here because there are tons of great rewards over here. So to help you guys understand support lines better, I can do a better job at charting that out on TradingView. So I'm just going to click the TradingView button and let's pull up Bitcoin on the chart. So what is a trend? A trend is a direction that price is headed. So outside of just looking at a chart, what are the easiest ways to see what way the market is trending? Are we in an uptrend? Are we in a downtrend? The easiest way to do this is to jump out on a 1-day time frame, and you're going to come down here and you're going to find a low point. So like a area of support, which is like right here, you can see this support level where price went up, came down, found support, and it's kind of sitting on this key level right here. That is what people consider support. When price goes up to a high, it hits a point and then starts to come down. They call it support because price is coming down. The bears were pushing price down, right? The bulls stepped in to support themselves, to support that push to the upside. Bears try to push it down and it hits a certain point where the bears go and the bulls go, nope, this level, Bitcoin is way more valuable than it is right here. So when it becomes more valuable to people, people start buying it because they think that they're going to realize a profit. So when you find a key level, a peak, right, you come down where price reverses at and starts to go in the opposite direction. That is a support level. So you can see we have support levels here. Now, if we jump out to like a 4-hour time frame and we take a look at that same type of market structure over here, now you can see it wasn't just tested one time on the daily time frame, but if you actually zoom in, you can see that we actually tested that support level once, twice, 3 times within like a couple day period. Now, if we jump up here and we start talking about other levels of support, we can see one right here at about 22,000. But where is the biggest one at? Right in this zone right here. I would say that that's probably one of the bigger ones right there at about 17,000, 18,000. We kind of scroll up here a little bit farther. Now we can talk about key support levels right where we are at right here. I mean, price came up, retraced down, find support right there. I mean, you guys can see this, how easy it is to actually see this on a chart, right? Now that you guys can see it a little bit better, each time we came up, we came down and tested this support level once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, price got rejected there. And then finally that 5th time, it ended up confirming support this time, and now we supported that push to the upside. So that is your support. Now, resistance is the same thing. Let me show you guys what resistance looks like. We come over here and we draw a line. Where has price got rejected at before? So previously, if you look up here and I kind of put those lines right here, what was this? This was support right here. Each one of these times, each one of these wicks that came down, each time a candle or a wick came down to this level, price hit this price point, was there for a short period of time, reversed and went back up. So that acted like support. But then what happened? Once you finally break through, what does support do? Support turns into resistance. We can see how many times Bitcoin was trapped down in this area. And if you guys have not saw my liquidity video on how to actually spot liquidity, why was I so confident that this resistance right here that once was support was going to hold? Because of liquidity trapped up here in the market. I knew that these exchanges weren't just going to give that money away. But then once it turned into resistance and we got trapped below here, because this support acted so well, I knew that it was going to act the same way as resistance. Down here, this support was holding so well, I was super confident that once we actually broke below it, and I don't just mean for a wick one time, I mean actually price broke drastically below it and was actually coming down to confirm the lower support at like 25. If we would have broke below that, we would have had a heck of a time getting back above it. Just like over here, we stayed trapped down here between 37,000, 38,000 and 41,000 for almost 60 days. Because this previous support turned into resistance, and every time price came up here, it just got rejected, it got rejected, got rejected, and then finally, boom, one big enough player stepped in and blew through that resistance. And we ran all the way up to 38,000 and then came crashing right back down. And look at it, did not act as support again. So we got way back below it, all the way down to 32,000, and then finally broke back up above it again. And if we zoom all the way over here, look what happened. See this key support level here at 40, 41? How many times did price come up here and test this level? I mean, once, two, three. See how many times that this, which once was support, if we jump back over here, it acted like resistance here, acted like resistance here. If I move that up slightly, you can actually see right at this level right here, we had support, 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 and you zoom in right here. I mean, look at Bitcoin did not want to break below this level. We can see that support was confirmed like 3 times and finally it broke through. Well, that support right there turned into our resistance, and that kept us trapped in this zone for quite some time. And we were trapped over here for like 60 days. Every time we came up to test this area, we got rejected. Now, a support doesn't have to be a perfect straight line, right? I could draw a box, and that's more so my resistance zone or my support zone, because you'll get those wicks that kind of come up and they just turn into just a wick, and then the bodies start finishing back below, right? Again, when everybody was asking where I thought price was going to come down to, I've been saying this entire time, 40,000, right? 38 to 40,000, price should be staying in that zone between 39 and 40. Why? Because this resistance over here that acted like such big resistance, once we broke through it, that support should have held, and it did hold. I mean, really, really great. So that's how you find key support levels. Now, if we want to talk about trends, trends are a little bit harder to explain. If I draw a line on a chart right here, you can easily see that this is a downtrend. How do I know when the uptrend is started? When candles break through and finish above a downtrend. Now, right here, see this wick right here? That to me was not us breaking the downtrend. You have to break above a trend. Price has to get above it. It has to come down, confirm support, and then start pushing up. So once we got above it, that was good. I was excited, but I wasn't really super excited till I seen price come down here and test this downtrend and then push off. So to me, right here, this big green candle right here, or this red one right before it, that was actually us confirming that this trend line was going to be broken. The downtrend was not going to continue, and now we start up on an uptrend. So if I remove all these indicators, and I remove, so that is all a trend is. I look for peaks where price spikes up, retraces down, and then comes back up and stops. Then I just connect the peaks. So when you're just connecting the peak, you only connect the first 2. So because this peak's lower, I wouldn't come over here and start putting my downtrend lower. It goes off the first 2 peaks you get. Same thing with a low, like a uptrend. See these candles down here? I try my best, and I do count wicks to get your best angle right there. So that was my uptrend. If I draw this line out and I go straight out, you can see that macro uptrend that we started was not broken until this big wick came down. And if I kind of go to this next one up here, you can kind of see when that uptrend finally got broken, but it wasn't right there. We were still on that uptrend all the way till right here. So we came down, even confirmed support there at 46, and then finally bang, we broke through it when that big whale or the world banks decided to manipulate the market. Price came down and it found support right at that key level. So now we have the next uptrend started. But in order to have an uptrend, you need to break a downtrend. So I'm not gonna go right over to this low right here, because this spike up, we didn't break that downtrend. I'm gonna find the spike or the area right before we started to blast off, and I'm kind of just gonna get my best judgment on where I think price is gonna head to. So now you can see that little line. I'm just gonna do my best. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. There's no perfect, there's no right, there's no guaranteed way. But to me, that is my new uptrend that we are on. So we completed our Elliott wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now each one, if I zoom in here really close, why was this a 1, right? And we're gonna go over this in another video, because to me, this was my micro trend, right? How I'm doing the bigger trend, I kind of go on the bigger side of things. But here I have an uptrend, which makes my 1. When my downtrend starts, that broke my uptrend, so that becomes my 2. Now, once this next uptrend breaks that downtrend, now we got the 3, 4, and 5. And we're gonna have another video that goes into that, but That's just how I see trend lines. And last little tip I'm going to teach you guys is about a sweet little indicator. Come over here and we search trend. We're looking for trend lines by Lonesome the Blue. So if we come over here, we click this line, you got to search trend lines Lonesome, L-O-N-E-S-O-M-E, the blue, all one word. His indicators are kind of hard to find. Make sure you turn the star on and star them so you have them on your favorites. Now I'm going to hit trend lines. And you can see on the chart, see all these lines? It's pretty much pre-charting out the trends for you. But what does it do? See the H's? That lets you know that that's a local high and a local low. So without knowing anything about crypto, I could come over here, grab my Elliott wave tool and see a low. So I got a low, I go to the high. I come down to the next low, I go to the next high. Come down to the next low, go to the next high. Bam. And then what happened here is we did put in an extended fifth. So that became my fifth leg. That's just one indicator. And again, that's trend lines by Lonesome the Blue. And you can see here, if I wanted to jump onto a daily time frame, it would be even easier to see your local highs and your local lows. And you can see this trend line right here. Sometimes when you jump out on the 1 day time frame, there's just not enough data and it's hard for this indicator to work. So another tip for a new trader, if you're always charting out on a 1 day time frame and everybody's using a 1 day time frame, guess what? You're seeing the same charts as everybody else. So you're kind of chomping at the bit to see who's going to make the first play. Now, if you jump onto like say an 8-hour time frame, a lot of times you can see things that other people don't see. For example, look at how easy it is to spot this macro uptrend. Boom. Look at how easy it is to spot the macro downtrend. This is such an awesome indicator. So try turning on different time frames, check it out. If you guys have any more questions about trend lines, support and resistance, drop a comment below and let me know what you guys don't understand and I'll make a video specifically for you guys. So that's a wrap. Bybit, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Bybit squad, YouTube squad, crypto squad. I love you guys, man, big time. Thank you guys. Everybody that signs up for my crypto coaching digital course, I'm trying to give it all away for free. That's why I'm redoing it. That's why I'm making this one. So instead of being $9.99 a month, it's all gonna be out there free. And I just support anybody that shows up and, pays the $9.99 a month to support this channel so I can continue to put out a ton of content. You guys mean the world to me. Really, I honestly, I can't thank you guys enough. So I appreciate you guys. Can't wait to see you guys in the next video. And if you guys want to learn more about trading crypto or why Bybit is the only exchange I trust, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come join us in the live streams and I'll show you guys live why Bybit is the only exchange that I would actually use to trade crypto. Hodling, staking, different. But as far as being a trader who actually continues to trade day in and day out and take money out of the market and build bankrolls, it's crazy. When we did the 1K to 30K challenge, if I would have been doing that challenge on Bybit, I would have turned 1K into 100K, not just 30. Put it that way. So love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace.